Hi everybody, Amy the Potter here, and I have been making plates and a lot of people have been commenting about them, and then we're in this whole discussion about plates and how everybody says plates are so hard to make, and I've really never had a problem making plates. And another part of the discussion is that I'm going to soon be making some plaster bats to throw the plates on, so I won't be doing this system anymore, but I did want to show my system before I don't use it anymore for those of you who don't have plaster bats. So this is how I deal with my plates. I threw it, I cut it off the bat, and then I let it set up until the rim is leather hard. It's not sticky or wet at all to the touch. It's dry, and if I gently try to move it, it's firm. It doesn't move easily. So then I use the same bat for all my plates, and it's like mostly clean. It should be totally clean, so it doesn't, you know, ding up the rim in any way. It would be so silly if by flipping all these plates, I'm not flipping them by the way, but I have to flip them for a moment, if I were continually damaging the rim because there was some piece of schmutz on this bat. You don't want to do that. So work with a clean surface. It's always worth it, you know. Then I would be giving myself all this work, my future self, all this work to clean up all those rims. So what I do is I just place this bat on top of my plate, flip it over. I know it can hold it because the rim is firm. And I'm gonna leave it there for a moment. Now I wouldn't just leave it upside down because it's gonna slump if I do. So I have this bat, I'm gonna take off the excess clay here. And then what works really well for this is those kind of local small newspaper circulars. I've used up all that, so now I'm on to the paper that I use to wrap pots. But basically I have a layer of 2 pieces. This one's, I'm just gonna spread it out. 2 pieces, and then I'm gonna use the dry side of the bat here. And again, like if there was anything raised there, I would take it off, but it's clean enough. And then I sandwich it back, and that one's ready to sit, and I'll probably be able to trim it overnight. So I'm drying out the bottom of the plate without flipping it over. And I'll do one more just for fun, just because we're all here. So I'll use the same side of the bat, just clean it off, same side of the bat. The plate's pre-cut, so it's gonna come off easily. Going around, this one's a little more stuck than any of the others were. Cleaned it up a little bit if there's anything here to clean up. It's great. I always exhale when I'm doing what I call a precision move. Just any kind of move, like it's a way to help you focus and be connected to the process. Exhaling. That comes off, and that is done. So I'll show you all my plates over here. I think I've done them all. There they all are with, sorry, take you out of here. Every one of them has paper that it's sitting on, and it's on the dry side of the bat. So, oh, and then I had this one other tip that I realized. So, you know, I've been making pots for a long time, but there's things that like sometimes I think of them and they just make a huge difference. So whenever I flip these bowls, if they've been on a bat, sometimes just the act of taking it off the bat will kind of like pull that bottom up a little bit, and then the bottom of the bowl has a bow to it, and then it doesn't sit flat. So I just go back and I gently press the middles. And I don't make a huge deal out of it, but I tend to throw my bottoms a little bit on the thin side. So, because I don't like trimming, so I just try to get right there on the edge of just trimming what I need to trim. And so my bottoms sometimes tend to be a little bit thin. But that's okay. So, because if I push that down, if I push it down in the middle, then I can just trim this part. Can you see that? towards the edge, and then cut the foot in, right? So I'm gonna cut the foot in, whoops, like that. Woo! Freehand lefty. And then, you know, this I won't trim. I'll basically start in a little bit from the middle and trim to the outside. So that's the little trick, to trim a little less. And now I have all this, and I will recycle that, and it will be pots of the future. These are my pots of the future. Aren't they so cute in their composting form? All right, follow me, share my videos, yada yada. I have a YouTube podcast. Yeah, I hope I'm helpful.